Mitchell Heber. I am 24 years young. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm here to share my smile with the world and hopefully bring a smile to your face. So those of you jumping on, say what up, drop a comment, give me a wave. Anything along those lines would be much appreciated. So I'm actually here in the Walmart parking lot with my camps behind me in Phoenix, Arizona. So I was on the road all day yesterday. And today I want to ask you, good morning Kern, what up brother? Today I want to ask you guys if you've ever feel drained and low energy, and maybe I can give you some tips here that'll help raise your vibration and feel a little bit better today, tomorrow, and so forth. So if you know anything about life in general, everything is a frequency, everything is a vibration. We're all made out of electrons and atoms and all these crazy things. You know, the best way to describe it is just energy in general. So it's very important to understand this concept because there's a couple ways, if I talk about like attracts like, and if we're all vibrating, if we're all on a frequency, then what are the benefits of raising your vibration? Well, I'll touch on that here in a minute. Well, the benefits, I guess, would be just understanding that the concept, if you're vibrating at a frequency up here, then like attracts like, it'll help you get what you want out of life, basically, or you'll attract what it is you want, or who it is you're maybe trying to attract in your life, kind of essentially there. So it's very important to understand this, and I'm learning more about it every day, and I was listening to some pretty cool audiobooks on the way down here actually that help me open my mind a little bit more to some of these things. So kind of the first one here that I want to touch on is food. And like I said, everything is a frequency, everything's vibrating, and that includes your food. So whatever you're eating, it's going to create the vibration of who you are and what you're putting into your body. So for an example, a lot of us today are eating processed foods, boxed foods, and I got the sun creeping in on me now. And it's dead food, if you understand that. It's a boxed cereal, it's processed foods, whatever it is. Even if you cook your fruits and vegetables, like it takes out the enzymes, the probiotics, the things that your body needs that are essential. So it's very important to understand that even your food has a vibration, a frequency, or electricity, what they call it. So eat alkaline foods, things that are going to be good for your body, that can help improve your energy, and eat raw vegetables, fruits, stuff like that. And people will talk about veganism or I guess ketogenic diet, something along those lines, and there's all these different diets. So which one do you believe? And I'm not here to preach on what diet is right or wrong, but to understand that there's just food that's not good for us, and just make healthful choices in what you're putting into your body. So obviously don't be putting in stuff that's not good for you, and if it is, it's going to be living, it's going to be live, it's going to be full of electricity and alkaline, and no disease can survive in an alkaline environment. So that's very important to understand. So that's your tip number one there, is your food. The second one is going to be your water. So if you know anything about our water today, I've touched on a little bit before in my previous videos, but it's acidic, it's dead water, from your tap, from your bottled water that you buy at the store. And people will argue, oh, I can buy alkaline water. Well, if you look at a bottled alkaline water in the store, there's ingredients on it. No water should hold ingredients, right? Kind of makes sense. So it should be a naturally occurring alkaline water, or ionized water preferably, because it's going to take that natural state, alkaline minerals that are found in the water, and also give it a negative charge from the electricity. So it's living water, something that is good for your body, something that'll help raise your vibration. And it's very important to understand that, because again, a lot of your tap water, bottled water is dead. There's nothing to it. It has a low or a positive oxidation reduction potential. So the opposite would be the potential to reduce oxidation, which is what you want. So changing your water is going to be very important, because you want something that's going to be beneficial to your health, something that'll help raise your vibration. So that's your tip number two there. Also with the water thing, there's contaminants, chemicals that are being found in not just your tap, but also your bottled water. So you'll want to be able to remove that, create an electrically reduced water that holds a negative charge, that'll also help raise your vibration as well. So tip number two, you got food, water. The second one here, or the third one here, is going to be music. So if again, our universe here operates at a certain frequency. I believe it's 432 hertz. So everything holds a different vibration. Like I said, everything's electrons, atoms, electricity, or a frequency, vibration, energy, whatever you want to call it. And everything holds a different frequency, vibration, although it's still made out of the same thing. So again, with your music here, if you're listening to, just hard rock or heavy metal or something like that, it's not necessarily going to be operating or vibrating at a certain frequency that will help align you with, your whatever it is you want out of life, or to help raise your vibration in a sense of just feeling better, having more energy. So there's actually a study done out there that, this kind of goes back to the water, but they played music to water, whether it was a Beethoven, a soothing music, like a John Lennon, and then they compared it to a heavy metal music that was more like I want to kill you type stuff, and they froze those water crystals from the music that was played to the water, and the water that had the soothing music to it with the John Lennon and Beethoven and stuff like that actually turned out to be like a super nice, beautiful crystal, almost like a snowflake. So that's an example of how powerful water is alone, and then the water being played to the music. So the music that was played to the water that was, heavy metal, the water turned all distorted and it just looked like crap. So music's also very important. That's why you should listen to something that's, is at a frequency of the universe, something that'll help make you feel good. If it was a Beethoven or Mozart or something along those lines. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily have to say you have to listen to that classical music, but it is better for you in general. So food, water, music. The fourth one here is going to be meditation. So meditating is very important, and that'll help you get into a state of relaxing and just vibrating at a frequency, and you can really tune into yourself, who you are. And the fourth one here will kind of tie into the fifth one, which is going to be your feel-good factor. So the concept of feeling good all the time will help you get what you want out of life, because people will talk about visualizing what it is you want, and you can't confuse that with feeling good, because if you don't feel good, thoughts produce feeling. So that's very important to understand. And in your meditation, relax and focus on the feeling. What does it feel like to have the car of your dreams, or whatever it is? And so there's a sixth tip I'm going to kind of throw in here as well for you today. But you got food, water, music, meditation, and feeling good all the time. So those are the top 5 that I highly suggest you really tune into and pay attention to in your life. And feeling good can also come down to just doing what makes you feel good. I love to snowboard, so I'm going to put in the snowboarding into my daily activity as much as I possibly can. Or if you have a mini trampoline, rebounding, something that's very beneficial to your health. Just going for a walk, actually, that's one of the best feel-good factors that you could possibly do. Just going for a walk, maybe if it's an hour, and just letting that sun absorb into your body, get that vitamin D. And so it's also kind of how well can you adapt to change. For things to change, you got to be willing to change. So the sixth one here is also very important to understand, but it's going to be smoking pot or drinking alcohol, doing any form of drugs or pharmaceuticals. That's going to lower your vibration, because it's not good for you. It's interrupting. There's an interference between your body and your spirit, basically, is what I'd like to think. So you want to get rid of that stuff as much as you possibly can. It's not good for you. It's going to lower your vibration. And I'm not going to lie, I strongly believe in the medicinal purposes of, the plant-based marijuana, but it does lower your vibration. So that's just the one thing I want you to understand, because I know a lot of us out there do smoke, and if you do, I guess I would just be very mindful of when and how you're doing it. There's a difference between use and abuse. So again, I'm not here to preach on that stuff. I'm not one to be involved in a lot of those things, although I have been in the past, but I just wanted to throw that in there as a little sixth tip for you today. So hopefully this all made sense. And again, just the biggest thing I would say is just the feel-good factor. Always feeling good and being conscious and aware of what you're putting into your body, what you're listening to, and taking time for yourself and meditating. So hopefully that had some helpful. If it did, please drop a comment. I would appreciate that. And I'm I'm here in Phoenix, so I'm gonna get going with my day, and I'm gonna end there. So much love to all of you who have jumped on, tuned in today, and keep smiling. God bless, and again, have a beautiful, blessed day. So talk to you later.